Christian, were you the one who found this?
No, I found it.
Oh, you found it.
Yeah, I'm not taking credit for this.
Look at you, surely. I'm the captain.
Ahoy there, welcome to Rated Aargh. Thank you for joining us on another adventure as we chart our course through the realms of cinematic piracy. Today we're taking a look at a little indie film we found from 2023 to close us out for year 2 of Rated Aargh called The Last Pirate. My name is Ryan. Please join me in welcoming my co-captains Christian and Braxton. And joining us again for a much worse movie than the last is our first mate, Matthew. Guys, how's it going?
He's good.
Ahoy there.
Everybody good?
Yeah, this is the last episode of the podcast. I can't believe it. Because we did The Last Pirate. This is the last one.
Yeah, I guess it's
true. It's not. Oh, I was mistaken. My bad.
It's the last episode of year 2 anyway. So,
oh, okay. Yeah.
I've got a little bit of change of scenery for this one. I'm currently on a ski trip in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. So you may hear some background noise.
Very piratey there.
Yeah, very, very piratey in Jackson Hole.
Pirates love Wyoming.
Yeah, I'm sure there were lots of pirates that trekked across the great state of Wyoming. As you know, they
Wyoming's
have
known for its coastline.
Yeah, just have so many reasons to come to Wyoming, get up in the mountains. You know, maybe pirates like to ski. I mean, who knows, man? Who knows? But yeah, so hopefully everything works smoothly from here. I'm on Wi-Fi from our Airbnb, so we'll see how everything goes. But there may be a little bit of background noise with everybody in here talking and watching the State of the Union currently. So, but everybody else good? Everything good?
We good.
Sweet.
We good.
Well, I guess my first question is,
why?
Did you enjoy this movie? So, The Last Pirate is another one of those Tubi bangers, I would say, and not necessarily a banger in a good way.
Christian, were you the one who found this?
No, I found it.
Oh, you found it.
Yeah, I'm not taking credit for this. The Abode, yeah. I found The Abode.
I mean...
This one I'm not taking credit for.
I feel like... And I'm sure that we'll talk about this at some point, but like I almost feel like there are maybe even more redeeming qualities about this one than The Abode at times, but also there are moments of The Abode that are significantly funnier than anything that happens in this movie.
I think that this was much better made than The Abode overall. That being said, it was less entertaining than The Abode.
It was.
This was funny, like watching it as a group. I wouldn't watch this alone. I don't think alone it wasn't like, I don't know. It didn't really fall into the so bad it's good. It's kind of just not good.
Yeah, the riffing on it as a group is definitely makes it.
Yeah.
It's that type of movie, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I think my Letterboxd review was, how did they possibly make a 56-minute movie feel long?
That's true.
This is the movie that we have done on this podcast, and
it felt longest.
Really long. Yeah,
it felt longer than Master and Commander.
Yeah.
I just wish I would have known the plot.
Yeah, can you explain the plot?
I mean, it had something to do with like a cursed sword. Am I wrong?
Can anyone name the sword? What was it called? What is the demon within the sword?
Infernalius, I think, wasn't it?
Yep, you get a cookie. Very good.
Yeah. You get a cookie. You get a cookie, and you get a cookie.
That just kind of appeared in my mind. I was like,
that's an insane pull from the memory.
Yep.
That just came out. I was like,
I wrote it down on my note.
Infernus.
Here is how I interpreted the movie. So here's the Cliff Notes. Rewatching it in my mind.
Right.
Okay. Open, wide shot beach. Medium shot sword.
Yep.
Deep voice saying, "Hey, I'm an evil sword." There's a pirate that wakes up on the beach. He tries to grab the sword, but he can't. He doesn't have like the power to yet, right?
I don't know.
A guy in khakis
I'm not
comes
quite
up.
sure.
Yeah, he's trying to destroy the sword, right? Isn't that the whole reason for him grabbing it? And the demon thing is like, yeah, no.
It won't let him.
You're not touching me.
Yeah, okay. So we know that there's a bad sword, but we can't understand what it's saying at first. Or what he wants. He starts walking down this beach.
Great for a main character, not quite understand their motivation. Yep.
Within 30 seconds of him walking down this beach, there's this guy in khakis that tries to fight him. The swords they're using are like fencing swords. There's some epic fight scene where he could have killed the blonde dude. He didn't. There were several times where he just should have killed him. And then he goes running into like these mangrove swamp thing areas. He goes running inland. Blonde dude chases after him. They have another fight scene. He ends up stabbing the blonde guy and inheriting the power, the evil power of the sword, right?
All right, the sword wants him to kill.
So, yes.
Which has, is totally original, has never been done before. That a sword wants you to kill people and then the souls go into the sword.
Yeah.
Cut to the chubby pirate, the most piratey of them.
Yes.
Who then starts walking on that beach. I don't know if he sees.
That's when I thought it was the most actually artful, actually artistic. Is the shots of that guy just walking on the beach by himself?
He just walks on the beach and he just finds the spot where they had a fight and he strokes his beard and he's like, something happened here. I must head inland.
He doesn't even say that. He just that's the one time it actually did tell. Wait, no, it showed, it didn't tell.
Yeah,
in a bad movie.
They didn't tell either.
Nope.
No show, no tell.
They go inland. Cut to. There's a modern beach towel.
Wait.
I didn't realize we were going to go through the entire plot of this movie in the first 5 minutes.
I'm just trying to figure out what it was.
I didn't think he was going to know it all. I don't really understand because it.
Well, it's like a
there's
guy.
There's not really a resolution, really.
Guy gets cursed sword and goes on bad adventure.
It's sort of a horror-ish, right? There's horror elements to it that they try to do, but it doesn't work.
It seems to imply he has been with this sword for a minute now, I guess, because everybody hates him because he killed the rest of the crew, is what they say. You never see that, but I think that's what happened.
What was his backstory? He just woke up.
Yeah, he just woke up. But everybody he meets is trying to fight him and is blaming him for hurting people.
I mean, if they just made a prequel that just explained everything,
right, then it would be perfect.
Yeah, that'd be handy. Or just, a flashback sequence or literally anything would have been good.
So what is this movie, really, Ryan?
I don't really even know what I would classify this movie as. Not good, that's for sure. It's pretty bad. So let's go ahead and take a look here at what this movie is. So The Last Pirate was released June 16th, 2023 with a budget of $15,000.
What?
That checks out.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that productions cost money, but it's I feel like you could shoot this with a budget of $5,000.
I think you could shoot this with a budget of about $250 if you don't pay anybody, and it's just your buddies, and you go shoot some stupid movie. Was this shot on a phone? I would argue probably.
No, they used real cameras. Because I saw it on his Instagram. They used real cameras.
Of course they did.
Most of that budget was just everybody flying to Florida.
I bet that $15,000 of their budget was all camera equipment.
Maybe, yeah.
And getting a permit to shut down the entirety of the Everglades for a whole month.
Yeah.
Right, they shot all over the...
I guess that's true, yeah. So
$5,000 in the khakis budget.
Yeah. I will say, the main reason that I even thought about potentially was because I briefly looked at Rotten Tomatoes on this movie whenever it popped up on Tubi, and I was like, oh, the ratings are actually pretty good. So this does not have a critic score. It's a very small indie movie, but it does have a 97% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, which is way too high, and is probably mostly the crew and their family members, if I had to guess.
It has to be.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see any world where it's not. On
So
IMDb,
somebody made money off of this.
The surprising thing too for me was that it is a 6.8 out of 10 on IMDb. Like, also seems very highly inflated. And then Letterboxd, I would say, is the most realistic, as it is a 1 out of 5 across 14 ratings that this movie has.
Now we're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not great. And in fact, I have a review that we can take a look at here, because it's pretty great, and it is on IMDb, and it's a 10 out of 10 on IMDb. That is a new pirate franchise on the horizon. This 56-minute indie feature brings us a fresh new pirate action adventure concept. After watching the movie, I can say, think Pirates of the Caribbean meets Indiana Jones. I think The Last Pirate can perfectly be placed in the realm of Pirates of the Caribbean, with a little darker and grungier look and feel. Perhaps someday it might cross over, broadening that world. Or even opening the possibility in bringing another pirate franchise that we so much want and need. There's plenty to satisfy the pirate fans and audiences in this fantastical story, yet leaving space to expand backstories and spin-offs, favoring a series or a feature sequels franchise. Now, this review, I will say...
I disagree with that review.
Well, I'll tell you
I'm just going to say that.
I'll tell you what. The user is actor AJ Medina that posted this review, who is Arius, the lead actor on this movie. Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Has that person like seen other movies, or he just like knows they exist but has never actually watched them?
Look, I'm not gonna shame the inflating your own stuff using your reviews. It's a it's a game we all play. That's fine.
He may be biased,
but I will say that review is kind of crazy. Like, you could just say, "Hey, this is a good indie. It was fun to make it. It was great." But to compare it to Pirates of the Caribbean,
and say it's
and
a new
somehow
franchise
Indiana Jones.
Like,
and to say that was like
it's an hour-long indie pirate movie.
To say that was darker and grittier than Pirates. This guy's not seen Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm gonna just say that.
I mean, clearly.
I mean, there's not as much blood in Pirates of the Caribbean as in this movie. There's a lot of blood splatter upon rewatching.
I will say,
I guess
the flashback sequence that took us through the whole movie at the very end, that was pretty cool. They did do a good job.
I know that was actually a good job editing it. And I do have a clip of that if you want to watch that. So this includes which, by the way, there is a Letterboxd review that I don't think you're going to read, Ryan. I could be wrong, but the bottom part of their review says, "Shout out Ranger Gideon, you got this, buddy." Was there?
No, that's not one that I would be.
So that's the ending is pretty great, because also I like the actor who's at the end. He I think he did a good job.
Ranger Gideon to base.
This guy does not sound anything like I thought he would.
That's
just throwing that out there.
I'm not going to say anything about that. I will say he kind of looks like Christopher Mintz-Plasse, the McLovin actor. I thought this was funny.
By what I see, it's not good.
By what I see, it's not
great
good.
line. It's totally not just from Lord of the Rings.
This is Ranger Gideon with the Florida Park Service. Whoever you are, show yourself.
We need a sequel with this guy. Don't you agree?
I mean, no. I do not agree.
he does have the state of Florida on his patch. Were we just joking that it was in Florida, or did it actually say that?
No, it was definitely in Florida. It doesn't say it, but it definitely was.
Copy. You can hear this.
There's an Infernalis.
Is this the very end of the movie? Is that right?
Yes, this is the end.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like this guy actually, unironically, is the best actor in the movie.
I like how that you could tell that like shot
Here it is.
was insane cut sequence. It's crazy. He saw the whole movie flash right before his eyes.
Yeah, dude saw the whole movie.
He watched the whole movie in about 10 seconds. I mean, honestly, if you just had that shot of the sword with the entire cut sequence, it'd probably be you'd probably get about as much out of that as you would the whole movie. No, I'm just saying, like, you could probably watch the last like 10 seconds of this movie and take away as much from it as you could from watching the entire 56 minutes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you get the gist of it.
Yeah, it's not great. It's just not great. This movie is written and directed by Christian Pavlik. It stars Antonio Josh, who at the time was Antonio J. Medina, which was the actor A.J. Medina just a moment ago. It also stars Garth Gunderson and Jeff Parmenter. And it is a 56-minute... I don't even know what to say. I mean, I feel like there were maybe some moments in this that we could take away from being like funny that we could, talk like quote, but I don't even know that there is that, because we watched The Abode and in the first like 5 minutes you get where the pirate Redbeard once leaved, and we say that all the time because it was so dumb. And her accent was so funny.
If I had to guess who Garth Gunderson was, I would assume it's the third pirate.
I think he's the khakis guy.
I think
the big guy is the Pactor or whatever.
Jeff Parmenter was the bigger guy. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. He looks like a Jeff.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I just don't really even know what to think about this movie. Like, I'm almost ashamed that I read the Rotten Tomatoes reviews and was like, yeah, we should do this one, because it's just bad. Like, let's just.
I don't recall any like quotable moments. So. Not terrible fight scenes. I think it had some okay fight scenes. Mm-hmm. Ignore the fact that the one guy's wearing modern khakis and he's a 18th century pirate. But other than that, the costume department was not great.
And a decent amount of the cinematography was, it had well framed shots and stuff like that. Editing wasn't terrible. It was obviously too long, but the editing itself was okay.
At times. There were some times where it was kind of weird, too. So, I like how that you could tell in that shot where the ranger, like, sort of comes up to the camera, is out of focus, and then comes up and is in focus at the camera. You could tell that was a reversed clip, and he was totally, like, at the camera to begin with. And then went.
So they could get
backed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so that to make it easy for them. I mean, there were some like interesting cinematography choices in this as well. Some odd shots, I would say, but also some like decent shots. Like the fight sequences in this were decently good, considering that you've got two guys who probably are just friends of the director. If I had to, just assume something, and he was like, "All right, I'm gonna have you guys fight." And I'm sure like he probably choreographed the whole thing, and it actually like was halfway decent. Like it was somewhat impressive. I also thought the shot of them like running into the woods was interesting. And I know that we kind of laughed at it when it first came on screen because it was like, what in the world is going on? But like some of that stuff was actually like pretty entertaining. But I don't know. It's just not good. The story is it's just bad, man. Like
the story doesn't make any sense at all.
No, and it's interesting to me too that I'm sure that these people who were like worked on this and made it were like super proud of it when it came out. I don't know, maybe my standards are just high. I think if I like shot this and edited it, I don't think I could bring myself to put it out. Like even like I don't know. I feel like maybe my standards are a little too high, but like I don't know. Maybe they were happy with it, but it's I don't know. It's not written well at all.
Well,
and like I
reshoots
feel
were
like
never
there's
an
even
option.
like, you know, some big budget movies that we've watched that we could probably say the same thing about.
Every other one that comes out now,
Not-
that I'm like,
yeah.
everything was great.
Well, but
not
I
the
mean,
writing.
I mean, like even stuff that we've watched on the podcast. Like, there's probably a couple at this point that have been pretty big budget movies that we're like, yeah, that wasn't like the script was pretty bad.
Cutthroat
But
Island.
I mean, there's plenty of stuff that comes out now too. Like Madam Web's just a complete disaster that comes to mind in recent like memory
You're
that we've
so
watched.
incorrect. It's a wonderful film.
Yeah.
You know, is it the Razzie? Is that the worst actor deal that they do?
They do worst categories of a bunch of different
Okay,
stuff.
well,
yeah.
Dakota Johnson won a Razzie for worst actor for Madam Web. So
Dang.
do with
See,
that as you
I
will.
feel like there's a worse actor than her in 2020, whatever that was, 2024 or 5. I feel like the script was bad, but I don't know if I could definitely pick out a worse actor than her.
Oh, I haven't
I
seen
don't
that
know.
movie yet. I need to watch that.
You would
No,
like
you
it.
don't.
You would love it. In
you
fact,
do
I
not
think
need to watch that movie.
you would love it.
Yeah. Well, you know, like you were saying with the writing, like some movies like are almost good, and then it's like some key part messed up.
Right.
Like, not to keep talking about movies that aren't the last part like that. I feel like Morbius had more of a script, and then somewhere along the line they were like, "Nah, cut all that plot out. We ain't got time
Yeah.
for that."
It was
And like in the
edited
editing,
like all to hell,
it just-
basically.
like it almost makes me
Yeah.
wonder what was the story supposed to be, because they just
Yeah.
were like, nah, we're taking too long. We need vampires fighting. Stop all this plot nonsense.
I've heard Braxton
I mean,
say the
yes.
same thing about Argyle.
That's true. He has said that about
However
Argyle.
much I love Madam Web as a bad movie, on that end of the spectrum, I hate Argyle as a bad movie at the other end of the spectrum.
I haven't seen that either.
I thought it's not great, but it was okay.
This is like I mean, The Abode gave us laughs. This one was like just bad without anything so bad that it gave us laughs.
Well, I think it unintentionally made us laugh, like with the khakis and some different like things that we noticed. We laughed
khakis.
pretty hard about. But other than that, like there really was nothing in this movie that was like even somewhat memorable. Like, I mean, even The Abode. So let's talk about The Abode for just a second, because I would argue that at times this is more piratey, and even at maybe at times a better movie. The Abode, while I still am not even sure that there's a pirate in that movie, you have just funny line deliveries.
Yeah.
You have a CBD ad in the middle. You have like the
Weird
weirdest,
special effects that
the
don't work.
weirdest special effects, like when the ghosts like
When
people
Groot
come
comes
into the house, like it's just like there were so many things
couldn't
about
even
that
say
movie that are just it is so bad, but like it's still memorable. And I feel like this movie completely lacked any of that. Like, I mean,
Yeah, I
the
need a little
funniest
something,
thing about
something.
this movie was that the guy had on like a pair of khakis from Target. In fact, this review that I found on Letterboxd is a 1-star review from Kevin Joshua Burnham that says, "I have those pair of khaki pants from Target. Plus, I was waiting for 2 of the GQ pirates to make out. Sure, Jekyll Island looks beautiful, but this was far from beautiful." I'm guessing Jekyll Island is the place that they shot
Oh.
this.
I guess.
I prefer Hyde Island.
I'm going to say that I learned that from this review. But it was funny that we were not the only ones that thought, hey, like this guy has on just the most generic run-of-the-mill khakis that you could just go buy at Walmart.
I put in this poem.
Seas. Broken bottle on Igor's shore. Barrels plundered and a dull sword. Tales of fantasy until first light. Boisterous tones.
That's a good shot.
in the night.
There's some really interesting driftwood in this.
Pirate.
Also,
sells
did they
the
plant this
seas.
snake there?
They had to have.
Yeah,
right?
that's definitely somebody's just pet snake.
And he battened down hatches.
You caught me monologuing.
Oh!
He called him a hoe.
He really did. Yeah. And then they found
There's a good shot of that tiny sword.
this guy.
Khakis. Christian, I think it was you that when this shot that's coming up happens, you said out loud, khakis?
Yeah. Because you don't really notice it until you get like a shot from the back of him.
Yeah, there it is.
Obviously tell it's just like a pair of normal like khaki pants.
Yeah.
You killed them all,
This guy is great.
one by one. You were throwing the captain overboard. I did what I had to do.
Great
Such a
acting from
such a
that guy.
Weird line delivery. Yeah, put some emotion into it, dude.
You-
He read the script right before and was like, all right, I know this 2 lines that I have to say. And it's just like, said them. That's it.
So you kind of saw it when he
AD
first walked up. One thing that I didn't like about the whole plot being around this super, I guess, invincible magic sword, it was so tiny. I feel like the magic sword was just like awkwardly
like if
small.
a normal sword is this long, it was like
Yeah.
3/4 of the way.
Like later on, we mentioned it earlier. The blonde guy. Now that you've seen the blonde guy we were talking about, he gets stabbed and killed later on. But the other long-haired guy, he stabs through himself to get the blonde guy, doesn't he? Mm-hmm. And I'm like,
Something
I don't
like
even know
that.
if you could. I don't even know if you
Apparently
could pull that off
That character's
like
name is
invisible.
Because it's so short.
because it's so short. I don't even. I mean, you would like.
Ellis?
Poked him a little bit, but I don't know that you could get all the way through yourself
Yeah,
and kill
true.
somebody on the other side with that thing.
Yeah, apparently that guy's name is Ellis in the movie. I don't know when that is.
I don't think
ever
it
said.
says that. Does it ever
No.
say that?
I mean,
We don't know
I'm sure
anybody's
he's-
name.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Except
Nobody's
for
named
Ranger
except
Gideon.
the guy,
and-
the
and
Acarius or whatever.
Yeah, Arius.
Oh, yeah, he does call him
Arius.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
we
he's
learned his
a,
name, but other than that, like I don't know that we really get any names.
a lot of the characters like angrily scream his name, and then they confront him in fights.
I think we should compare, just because if we're talking about the same genre of movie, we have to go back and see like for like.
You just want to watch these clips. It's all it amounts to.
I mean, I would have to give The Abode the edge over this one.
You're right. You're right.
I mean, I would probably agree. I would say they're relatively on par. I actually think I gave this one a higher letterboxd rating than I did The Abode. So, Matt, Christian wants us to watch this clip specifically as a comparison between The Abode, which was another really bad Tubi movie that we watched, and The Last Pirate, which is another really bad Tubi movie that we watched. And the scene that Braxton referenced a moment ago, that it like quickly cuts and the Ranger Gideon literally like sees the entire movie flash before his eyes, is cut very similarly to this specific movie, which I mean, what would you even? Is this like it's just showing a passage of time? Am I wrong, or is it referencing something else?
Time.
Yeah, basically.
The creation of life. Because
Sort
it
of,
starts
yeah.
from like hundreds of years ago, right? Supposedly, and now all of a sudden we're at like this new
Either
character,
300 or 400. We could. The movie didn't know math.
Yeah, this is
Because
You remember?
but it's literally just like, hey, this is a passage of time that connects this person to this main character, and that's
Yeah.
what she's
Reincarnated.
introduced after this.
Very dark visual to start with.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay. Oh.
Stock footage of baby. Oh, and a
Yeah, 300 years later.
greatest title card drop in the history of the world. Miami 300 years later.
Yeah,
After a shot of like a CGI baby.
and it's just a lady like giving birth. Yeah,
It's a great film.
All right.
Highly recommend it to you.
I don't know that I would ever say that to anybody about that. movie.
Except for Matt.
I couldn't draw anything from just that scene. It could be anything. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie, so
It
that was
doesn't help
random. I
with
mean,
context.
that was very random with
you
not
know.
knowing that there's a woman hanging, and then just passage of time and Miami.
Plants grow and then
Plants were growing. There was a
Yeah, it's literally
Maybe.
the same actress too.
who plays a reincarnate. Anyway,
It's just it's just like
now,
a reincarnation.
There was a point in this movie, and if I'm misremembering this, y'all can call me on it. But I swear there was a point in the movie where I go, imagine like they go in and there's like tourists. And then about 20 seconds later, inexplicably, it cuts to that very thing.
Yeah, happened, I think you did say something like that. That was my main
and
problem.
I was joking completely. I was like, wouldn't that be funny?
That was the worst part of the movie, where it like went off the rails, because it time traveled inexplicably, I guess. Or I guess
it also like it's hard to figure out when this movie is set, because it appears that it is set like a long time ago, and apparently it's not.
Like I wonder, like when they're on the beach, are they actually like in their time period, and only when they go in the jungle do they? I really don't care. But
they had no idea that they time traveled.
Lake and go. There's like a weird like time rift in the jungle. Christian knows what I'm talking about.
Well, the blonde guy and the other pirate we haven't seen yet. There's a third pirate. They're after Arius because he apparently killed the crew, is what I interpret.
Yeah.
But if they don't seem to be aware they time traveled, at least not yet. And then even when the guy sees that couple, I don't even think does he even comment on the way they're dressed? I don't think he does. He's just like, hey, there's people.
Hey.
Yeah.
Like way at the end, Arius sees a car and is like, kind of has a pretty mild reaction, honestly. I feel like somebody from the 1700s that saw a car would have their mind blown. And he was kind of like annoyed at that thing he saw.
Yeah. Which means he's already well aware of what a car is. He's just
he just knows
as a pedestrian.
Also, it's crazy.
But there's never any comment or explanation on that. They just are now in the present.
That's a good point.
Wait, what did you say?
I said it's crazy that this is called The Last Pirate, and there's like 3 pirates in this movie.
That's true, but he kills those other 2, so he is the last one. He's the last one by the end of it.
In the line of succession, Gideon will be the last pirate.
I think that's exactly what that means. I think he's going to go on a killing spree.
But does
the last pirate too?
Sword? Well, but does the sword make him a pirate? Like the curse?
I don't think so.
He would. I think it just makes him evil. Who's just going on a killing spree, right?
Yeah, that's a better movie. Make that movie.
Also, I'm intrigued by that. Why did the sword go to him? I thought like it had Arius as its champion, and right, and then it's just like
by killing he like freed himself of the.
He somehow freed himself.
Oh, that's right. It made him
because when he walks by the car, he stands on the beach and lightning strikes, and he goes.
Yeah, that's right.
And then
I forgot
he cuts
that.
Away from
the
him.
Sword made him like a. I don't know exactly what it made him, like a demigod or something.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure. And poor Gideon was just responding to like a scene of a grisly attack on this random couple.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's up now. He's going to be the next one.
Which is basically exactly what happened in Monty Python too. So that's probably where they got that idea.
Except it was actually funny in Monty Python.
I wonder what this sword's criteria is. Like, I guess I could see choosing, you know, a pirate as your like champion. I'm sure that like he knew how to fight even before getting the magic sword. But like, why just this random park ranger? Why was he the next one who's just got what it takes?
We don't know, man.
It's going to whisper to whoever's there.
Us having an answer for that question would mean that this movie made any coherent sense.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. This picks people
no,
at
Ryan,
random.
You're just not getting it. You got to have a big brain. You see,
it just picks
to
people
understand
at
the
random.
last pirate.
You're right. No, I'm just dumb. Is what this.
It's the last pirate.
Yeah.
To understand the last pirate, you see, you got.
You got it.
Come on.
Yeah,
I don't know what you got it, but.
Okay, yeah, here's like round 2 of them fighting in the jungle.
Avast. Avast.
I thought the music here was funny. And this.
Oh yeah, he just seizes.
Him seizing.
Oh, there's third pirate.
Isn't that a great cut? That was mine. That was mine.
Okay.
Yes.
I was like, I did not remember that in the movie.
When I saw that cut, I burst out laughing.
Oh my god,
that was amazing. That's exactly what I wanted it to look like. Is like the perfectly cut scream.
That would have been better than what the movie actually did.
Dead seagull.
Oh my gosh.
And this is the movie's cut. Dead seagull to flip flops.
Julia!
Julia. Dude.
Julia!
Why is there just a random towel hanging? Like she.
When I
left that
first
there
saw
for
this
him,
scene,
right?
because of the khakis, I kind of just thought oh, maybe the
It's
costume
another
department is just
pirate.
really bad.
This
Julia!
cut makes no sense, man.
Julia!
Like these people being in this movie is so unnecessary.
Give me a heart attack, why don't you?
Well, who's gonna drive me home then?
I'm dead. It's not my problem.
I'm dead.
Great lines, great line delivery, no notes.
I just. Why are those people in the movie?
I don't know why it needed to be set in the modern day.
It would have
that
been
just
more
doesn't-
interesting had it been set in the late 1700s.
Just let it stay
I know.
pirate times.
That
I
really
don't-
is like.
It would still
I'm
be
assuming
funny that there's
engaged by it.
khakis and things like that, and it would almost feel more out of place were those
Yeah.
things in the 1700s. But I feel like you could let it slide a little bit had the
Yeah.
movie been fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I can kind of forgive bad costumes in cheap movies if the rest of it. Like I saw a movie. I can't remember what Tubi movie it was, but they were like police officers, so they wanted them to match, but evidently they couldn't find two brown ties for the two officers, and so they're wearing whatever ties they could find, but they covered them in brown construction paper, and it was like. Maybe
They
just
couldn't find
don't
two
have them
brown
wear
ties?
ties. Like, why did they have to have ties?
Oh, that's so dumb.
Because there's like a scene where the wind catches it, and you can see like the actual
it's-
pattern on the back. I mean, and you can just see that it was paper anyway. But it's like, if that was not like a awkward joke, they didn't have to have ties on
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
to be
That's
for me to
that's
believe
so
that it's
dumb.
a cop.
That is so dumb. But yeah, no, I think this movie would have been better set in the 1700s. And I can't. We talked on the budget just a little bit, but I have a review that specifically said something about the budget. And this was one of the few 1 out of 10 reviews on IMDb. And this one is from K Matt J from June 6th of 2024. That says 1 out of 10 wasted 33 minutes of my life. This had a $15,000 budget. What did they do with the other $14,800? Let's be frank, it's awful. Really, really awful. They spent the $200 on Amazon buying fancy pirate dress costumes. Low budget is no excuse. A low budget should make you inventive and creative. Fencing swords with the safety tips on. Ketchup-stained rips on shirts with no related wounds underneath. Growled, nonsensical dialogue. It's just unacceptable. It feels like it was made by people who don't like pirates as a genre. If this was a GCSE project, I'd give it a C. There is a twist in the tale, though. Yeah, whatever, lame. I have no acting, directing, script writing, or costume experience, but I could absolutely do better than this film in all those departments. Not subjective, fact. I'm so annoyed by just how awful it is. Are you getting that?
Oof.
So he said never getting 33 minutes back. That means he didn't finish it. Did he drop it right when the couple appeared too? Where's the 33-minute mark? Where did he tap out?
We should figure out.
He saw that beach town. He's like, hell nah, we're done.
Hell no.
We get the director's cut.
It was.
Yeah, where's the Snyder Cut?
Ridley Scott director's cut?
I doubt it. I bet he just bowed out.
And he was
saw
still
this
mad that he
movie.
lost those 33 minutes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let me see if I pull it up on Tubi. and go to 33 minutes in. 33-minute mark is when the like flip-flop guy turns on his like girlfriend, wife, whatever that she is, and is strangling her, and pirate, like bigger pirate with the hat, shoots him and kills him.
Oh, okay.
Well, he comes back to life.
It was not the moment that flip-flop guy entered the scene, though.
Yeah.
Also, crazy
I understand
that
why he
that
turned
point
it
is
off there.
33 minutes in. Like,
That's
that
still
felt
a
like
valid
an
scene
hour and a
to
half.
quit at, though. Yeah, the sword just can possess other people. The sword can do a lot, evidently. It kind of makes you invincible, I guess, if it wants you to be. So I guess that's the title of the movie. I mean, he's in the present day. He killed the others, so he's
literally
the last pirate. He's just literally like guy from 18th century. Literally last person from 1700s. Happens to be pirate.
I don't know. Christian, how historically accurate is this movie?
Well, I have a couple facts for you that unfortunately might poke a couple holes in the story.
Okay.
No!
Oh, man.
I don't want to hear it.
Khakis were not really a thing until at least the 1850s. When they were
that's important.
They were first worn in India. They were not ever worn in the U.S. until 1898, when khaki pants were adopted as a military uniform for the Spanish-American War. And they did not become popular for men to wear until the 1950s, when they were primarily known for being a college campus fashion.
Interesting.
And then when we look at the back pocket structure, so let's talk about the history of pockets. Back pockets were not a thing until about the 1870s. Fifth pocket, or you want to talk about having two back pockets, that is specifically a post-1901 invention. Now, Levi's, who kind of invented the back pocket,
shout out,
got so many complaints about rivets scratching furniture. I did not see rivets on those khakis.
Right.
So because there were no metal rivets on the back, that means we can date them to post-1966, and therefore,
I think I could date them to 2022. So
this man, this Ellis, must have, if he was transferred. So if we talk about canonically,
right, time travel,
he had to have been put into the future. So they couldn't have gone from the beach and then time traveled in when they went inland. It had to have happened before, because
when they woke up on the beach,
he had to have placed a purchase order for these pants. And so it would have had to have been before.
Or he stole them, I bet. I bet he stole those pants. I bet his clothes were messed up when he washed them on the beach, and he had to steal that pair of pants and that shirt from a tourist.
Yeah, the pants were an anchor to this era.
I mean, there was a, like campsite close by that could have very well had some khaki pants, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I really enjoyed that. I am honestly fascinated by the history of like clothes somewhat, so that's interesting to me about the pockets.
Yeah. Is that all the historical knowledge that you have for this one?
Yeah, other than that,
everything else checks out.
Everything else checks out.
Yeah, the cursed sword and the pirates.
You've got the cursed sword. So piracy was very active in Florida. They got that part right.
If this was filmed on Jekyll Island, by the way, it's off the coast of Georgia.
The last pirate of kind of the great pirate age. So when you go past the golden age of piracy, which ended maybe 1720, piracy lasted in like its truest form well into the 1820s. And so the last pirate of the Caribbean is often attributed to this guy named Roberto Cofresi, who was a Puerto Rican pirate. Sometimes he's called the Puerto Rican Robin Hood, because he would steal money and give it back to poor, impoverished neighborhoods. So he's generally credited as the last pirate. But since these guys were documented in the modern era, since we can place them there with khakis, he may have that claim, and that is not taking into consideration Somali piracy stuff that's going on in the Horn of Africa, and yeah,
interesting.
They lived up to the title.
I did see
that guy needs a movie.
I don't exactly know if this is a true story or not, but there's a book apparently on Amazon. It's a nonfiction. This is a nonfiction book by Rich Cohen called The Last Pirate of New York. It's written in 2019, and it is about Albert Hicks, a 19th century criminal known as the last pirate hanged in America.
I think that was like 1850s.
Interesting. I do have one more additional fact about Jekyll Island, if this is indeed where this was filmed, based on that guy's comment.
I don't know.
There are, it is a famous filming location. It was used in Glory and X-Men First Class. I bet the part when they're supposed to be in Cuba on the beach was probably filmed there. Magic Mike XXL, an episode of The Walking Dead, and some scenes from The Menu were filmed there on the beach.
Wow.
I mean, when I just Google where was The Last Pirate 2023 filmed, it says 2023 short film The Last Pirate, directed by Christian Pavlik, was primarily filmed along the Florida coastline. Specific recognizable locations included Big Talbot Island, Boneyard Beach, Catherine Abbey Hanna Park, Huguenot Memorial Park in Jacksonville, and Daytona Beach, Florida.
I haven't seen Magic Mike XXL. Braxton, what scene is filmed there?
I don't know, actually, but I know it involved Channing Tatum because that's what Wikipedia said.
Oh, wow. I can't imagine Channing Tatum would be in Magic Mike.
Oh, good facts. It was nice scenes. I mean, I like the beaches. I liked all those
I mean, it was cool to see
that
the beach with
look.
all the driftwood on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bad costumes, weird choice of swords. Yeah, those swords, I just fact checked myself. I thought I knew, but yeah, those were foils. Those really thin, kind of needle swords. They're
aluminum or
no, made of carbon steel. They're like really flexible. They are for fencing competitions. There's a scene now you could if you and the other person have a foil, that makes sense. There's a scene where he fights the third pirate, and he has a cutlass, like a thick, typical pirate sword.
He also has a gun.
And he just like straight on blocks a full force swing from a cutlass. That's not how you use a foil. And that would have gone straight through that and then into you. Yeah. And I thought that because it was like ka-ding, like a huge clash. It just deflects his cutlass like no problem. That's not how that would have gone down if you actually blocked a cutlass, like overhand swing with a foil. You'd be dead or severely wounded.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of movies that do that though, that show like things block that would not actually be able to.
Oh, for
block.
sure. Dude.
I mean, that's
for sure.
And with the inaccurate sound, right?
Yeah, that's a common
the clang,
thing.
that's what people know.
I just thought it was funny with this little like needle sword, and he just
it is
totally
true. I didn't think about that.
Eats it from that overhand chop.
Braxton, I know you have one more clip. Do you want to look at it before we get into bingo?
Yeah, let's look at it because this is basically like a compilation of a couple things from that ending fight scene that I thought were funny.
Who the hell are you?
You lost or something?
This is him seeing them for the first time.
The both of you.
Why are you here?
If I told you, you wouldn't believe me.
Your little toy doesn't scare me.
It should.
What are you supposed to be? Like a pirate or something?
Ryan.
Allow me to properly introduce.
What an unrealistic
I am the
response to
legendary
this
pirate
situation.
outlaw, Mr. Bones, and this be ours.
That's the improv.
Go freely while I still let you.
And this be ours.
He calls himself Mr. Bones.
Legendary pirate.
And he calls him a biscuit eater. What is...
You should listen to the girl. She'd be a smart one.
Oh wait, no. This is the moment where he becomes freed, right?
Yeah.
Because he touches the sword.
Where it stands.
Yeah, and the sword froze that guy. Now kiss.
Vast knowledge he contains is enlightening.
Oh, that didn't go very well.
Wait. What?
Get out the road!
Watch for... Right before the scene ends, watch for his little wave. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh yeah, what was that?
I don't know.
The vast knowledge he contains
is enlightening.
It's enlightening.
That needs to be like a quote that we say: "The vast knowledge he contains is enlightening."
When would we even use?
You know what that line reminds me of is in what was the horrible Dwayne Johnson movie, the Christmas movie?
Red One.
Yeah, the part when he changes the Hot Wheels car to big, and Chris Evans is like, "Wah!" And The Rock goes, just completely stone-faced, goes, "I altered its reality. Get in."
The vast knowledge.
Like, that's the best explanation of anything ever. I've altered its reality.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now let's go.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I felt like watching this movie.
Your reality was altered after watching it.
Yeah,
a lot of people had a weird reaction to seeing the pirate guy. Like the guy who just starts making fun of him. Like, okay, yeah, I get that you don't believe he's a 18th century pirate, but he's still like a crazy drug addict with a sword pointed at you.
Yeah, he still has a weapon, even if you think he's not real.
Visibly armed, not just armed. He is brandishing the weapon and has it pointed at you. And then the person in the car has a weird like you live in Florida. I know you've seen a homeless person.
All right, hold on.
Or a person like dressing up as a pirate.
Hit a pause on this. We have not addressed the relationship that's going on with Red Shirt and the girl, right? Wasn't there a weird start to it?
We saw the start to it in the clip, which was she scares him. He's like, mad about being scared.
They're doing a weird flirting.
Didn't she say like, "You're like a brother to me" or something?
Oh, maybe she did.
Yeah, because then he's like, "Then why did we have sex so many times?" And then doesn't she say like, "Don't tell my dad," like, "Don't tell our parents" or something? She makes it was a weird incest joke.
I don't know. I was
some awkward joke. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a weird, and then he like joked about leaving her in the woods, and then she joked about me and his sister, and then he got killed by a pirate.
Great comedy.
We didn't have depth with the pirates.
True. Yeah.
Would you call that depth?
I mean, it wasn't much backstory to start with on any of the three introductions to the pirates. I would know more.
But so we knew more about the stupid tourists than we did the pirates. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay. Bingo was his name.
Let's look at Bingo.
So there's not many, but there was a few unique rarities in this movie. There's a Yo-Ho. We got an Avast, which is relatively rare. I think the only other time we heard an Avast is when Orlando Bloom says it in the first Pirates of the Caribbean, and then he gets laughed at.
Avast.
Yes. There's a sword fight.
Mm-hmm.
There's a curse, the cursed sword, of course. I'm going to say there's some form of an accent on the main guy. He's attempting something.
He's trying
piratey.
something.
There's a tricorn hat. I'm going to say that the crew kills each other because they were part of the same crew and they're sort of, antagonistic towards each other.
Yeah.
And they do say the word pirate. And there's something pierced, and there's a fight on the beach, and that is all.
Wait, could you classify that guy. Which I think you already said West Country accent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, could you classify the guy being like, "I am Mr. Bones," as
Yeah, actually, yeah,
a
probably.
semblance of him? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's for 10 total.
I mean, not terrible.
Not
honestly.
bad. On the low end, but still in the middle, sort of.
Yeah. Sword fight on a beach was that one.
Yep, I got that one.
I remember us adding that one at some point.
Guess we noticed it happen so many times.
That does happen a lot.
I think it was during Captain Blood.
Yeah.
That we added that sword fight on the beach. Well, dang, that's a pretty solid little list there.
More than you would think.
Mm-hmm.
Why does he call him a biscuit eater, though?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm a biscuit eater. I wouldn't call that an insult to someone else. I love
That's
biscuits.
probably a reference to being like soft. It's kind of like
maybe
the term milk drinker is like an actual term that used to be used for like weak people because they like couldn't drink or couldn't take like liquor or alcohol, so they were just milk drinkers. But I've never heard of biscuit. I assume that's some kind of like he lives on land and is not a seafaring guy, so he's probably mocking him for that. That's what I would think.
I mean, I would say I've
Akin to
probably heard
milk
the
drinker.
term biscuit eater more than I have milk drinker. So, just
Yeah,
throwing that out
that's an actual thing they used to mock you for. Like, you're not a man, you can't take your liquor, you drink a thing meant for babies. Milk. It's like calling somebody a baby, I guess.
Yeah. I googled, is biscuit eater a historical insult? And it says server error.
Okay.
Inconclusive.
My Google said the same thing, and I typed in biscuit eater insult.
It's just a racial slur now. I don't know. You said error too for that?
Yeah, it works now.
Oh, what does it say now?
It's a bunch of different mixed up stuff. Soldiers or sailors were called biscuit eaters because they would eat like the hardtack biscuits. Which why he would call
but that's
the other
like
guy
somebody
that,
mocking
know.
a sailor, right? That's not the other way around.
They thought it was funny and they wanted to say biscuit eater, I would guess.
I know about hardtack.
It was improv. He said
I watched
Mr. Bones.
a thing about I know about hardtack. That's like an awful long-term storage biscuit seafaring people used to have.
It's also the first name of my D&D character.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get into our ratings. So for those of you that have not joined us before, we have a rating scale that is 0 to 8 called the Pieces of 8. We rate it on a general scale of 0 to 8 and a piratiness scale of 0 to 8. I can start us off if you'd like me to. For my general rating, I gave this 1 out of 8. It's just not great. I think that actually might be higher than The Abode, though. I still think The Abode, and even with its redeeming qualities, I think it might be the worst movie I've ever seen. And this movie, terrible. It might be better than The Abode, though. I don't know. It's a close race to the bottom. And then in terms of piratiness, I actually gave this a 2.5 out of 8. There are some elements there. They at least look the part, if nothing else. And there are some things that happen throughout the movie that would be sort of piratey. I gave it an extra half just for a curse, even though it's maybe not like a typical pirate curse. But there is some like dark magic and curse things happening. So I gave it a 2.5.
For overall, I also give it a 1 out of 8. There's not much, there's not much meat on them there, Mr. Bones. Callback. For piratiness, I give it a 3 out of 8.
Why a 3?
I don't know.
It's just what you're feeling.
Yeah, because it's got pirate stuff in it, but it's not very inspired.
Yeah. I would give it a 2 as a movie. I would give it a 4.5 for piratiness because at least the whole thing involves pirates, and there are some things
There's
that we've
a lot
watched to where there's not a lot of screen time, and at least they tried. Like, you could tell the whole thing was supposed to be a pirate movie. It's in the name. they at least put some effort into it. You have to dock them for the khakis. Although canonically, with the time travel, it's still somewhat acceptable. And swords, horrible, but it seemed like it was a group of young people just having fun making a movie. And they channeled some inner pirates, and so that was fun to watch. Not really, but
this is one of those things where it would have been way more fun to make than it is to watch.
Oh, for sure.
So keep making indie movies, no matter how bad they are.
Yeah.
So I give that. My overall's a 1. That was not a good movie. I don't want to watch it ever again.
And coming from you, that's saying something.
I mean, there's nothing there for me to like show anybody to like. Yeah. Like I've seen a lot of really bad movies that I want to make other people watch because it's funny. Like if I made somebody else watch that, we'd be sitting there 56 minutes and be like, "Well, we watched that," and that's not it. For the pirate, I think I'm just gonna say an even 4. Like it's just middle ground. They definitely were pirates, but they weren't really doing a whole lot of pirate antics. There was no ship. There was no seafaring. I mean, they were on a beach, and they definitely were pirates, and they sang sea shanties and had sword fights and drank rum. But I don't know, middle ground. Definitely were pirates. The characters were not subjectively pirates. That's what they were going for, but there wasn't a whole lot of pirate ship adventures or anything like that. So I'll say middle ground. The bigger tricorn hat wearing pirate, he did have a flintlock pistol because he kills the modern day guy who's strangling his girlfriend. He shoots him with like a flintlock pistol. So we do have that. The type of swords, like I had said, the foil versus the cutlass doesn't make sense, but like that's the right fighting style. I mean, those guys would have been trained in fencing, so like it's not like everybody had broadswords or something, or like randomly had semi-automatic handguns. Like the equipment made sense, just maybe not foil versus cutlass wouldn't have really worked, but that all worked out. I think the khakis is just because, I don't know, they thought nobody were going to notice he had pockets in the back, but they were definitely trying to be pirates, so I'll say 4, but overall not a good watching experience.
I guess my question is a pirate even necessary for this movie? Like, could you have used...
You could have made it The Last Viking.
It could have been anything. The Last Samurai, The Last Viking.
Right? They already made that.
Yeah, that's true. That's different. The Last Ninja. And the time I just don't like the... So we figured out, Last Pirate is because he came to the future. I didn't like that plot. And the fact that it's never explained. Like, how did that even happen?
Yeah.
I don't even know that is necessarily... He's time traveling, because the opening crawl of this movie is shipwrecked on a mystical island. Arius came to discover a temple hidden within the icy stone. Wait, hold on. How? That is not what.
It said that. It said that as a text box in the beginning of the movie. I think you don't see it.
It did. Yeah. Shipwrecked on a mystical island, Arius came to discover a temple hidden within the icy stone was something terrible, something that had been lost for centuries. And then there's another. Then there's another crawl.
That's where he found the sword.
After this, right?
Hold up.
That says. Apparently, it's going to take forever to come up. Infernalius, an ancient evil bound to the sword of affliction.
What if these guys were just cosplayers?
Infernalius is a thing in the sword. He's not the sword.
I think he's a demon in the sword. Yeah.
Few escaped the Doom Island.
What?
There's so much text at the beginning of this movie too. Now Infernalius has been unleashed.
A lot of stuff that would have been kind of cool to see.
That's the opening crawl of like these 4 different pieces of text that literally give nothing.
I would have liked to have seen some of that instead of just
What's the
told
Northman?
that happened. That sounds cool.
Well, and like, what mystical island are we talking about here?
Coney.
Right.
Island. 2012. Okay, but we never see the ship, okay? We just see this magical sword.
What if these 3 of a ship?
What if these three guys are just cosplayers? They're not. It's never said they're actual pirates.
What
the sword makes them think they're pirates.
A pirate?
So there's a demonic or some kind of entity in the sword. I guess that makes sense, but the sword stops him on multiple occasions from like trying to destroy it. Bro, he don't want to be out of the sword. He likes being a sword.
I'm pleased by any movie that has a scene where it goes like, and then like has to freeze while the camera moves around him. Like that's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done that move before, Christian, in one of our films.
Yeah, we have. Cody Poteet, yeah. And you can physically feel the cameraman step up.
Yes, because we didn't think of the logistics of going around a full circle.
Yeah. One of these days on like a Captain's Log episode, we're gonna have to watch that.
I don't think we should.
No, I think we should. I think it's lost media.
I think we should watch it and react to it. I think it would be funny. It's almost time for us to take this ship to port, but before we do, we wanted to make sure you found our proverbial message in a bottle detailing next month's movie of choice. So coming April 10th, as we embark on our 3rd year of Rated Aargh, we will be shouting from the crow's nest, "Hey, you guys!" as we watch The Goonies.
Yeah.
Yep. Should be a lot of fun. So, and I think we may have Drew joining us for that episode as well. So, yeah, should be a lot of fun. But yeah, hopefully everyone enjoyed this. If you could, hopefully you didn't actually sit down and watch this movie. If you did, I apologize.
The clips we watched are enough.
Yeah, you don't need to watch anything other than that. Just take our word for it. But thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We hope you enjoyed The Last Pirate, and we can't wait for you to join us on our next adventure.